Whizbang's Workshop is gonna be the newest Hearthstone expansion for the 10-year anniversary, and it's looking amazing. In this video we will go over the new expansion, the new patch, and everything you should know about it. So if you're serious about Hearthstone, drop a like and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget you can have for some Hearthstone coaching. Now, let's get into the video.
You are not prepared!
Announcing Whizbang's Workshop, Hearthstone's next expansion. Okay, sadly I still haven't watched the trailer myself, it's not live for us, but we have the whole info from but we have the whole blog post still, so that's good. But yeah, the genius inventor and toy maker Whizbang has opened the doors to his magical workshop, and all of Azeroth's invited. This place is teeming with plushies, miniatures, and more. With non-stop nostalgia and options galore, you're bound to find a new favorite toy, or even build one yourself. Welcome to the world of whimsy and wonder. Welcome to Whizbang's workshop. Okay, this is what the board's gonna be looking like. Looks kinda cool. Have a little bit of robot action on this side. Hope we have some cool secrets. There's a little bit of drawing board here. We're probably gonna be able to write some stuff up. Imagine if you're able to write whatever you want, that'd be kind of cool. And also abused as hell, probably. Have a little bit of plushy Murloc here. Some books and whatnot. And what is this even? A clock. And what's the rest? Seems like a... oh, it's a counter. It's a shop counter or something. A register. Interesting indeed. Whizbang Workshop launches worldwide on March 19th. Okay, that's actually kind of weird because... it kind of looked like it would be March 11th if we had to base our guesses on the reward track from before. So yeah, that's a little bit of a curveball right there. There's going to be 145 new cards. You can find the Whizbang's Workshop reveal schedule and all cards that have already been revealed by visiting the official card library. We still don't have access to that, sadly. Check back often, Whizbang is restocking the shelves with new reveals daily. Alrighty. The new keyword is going to be miniaturize. And what this is some of Whizbang's creations come with their own fun-sized copy. Whenever you play a card with miniaturize, you get a 1-mana 1/1 copy added to your hand. And play the mini version right away for tempo, or save it for a cheap powerful effect when the time is just right. So it's basically kind of like a school teacher noggling, but it basically has a predetermined effect. Whatever the big card does, so does the small, so it's kind of cool. Basically doubling up some battle cries, effects, death rattles, that kind of deal. Definitely should be pretty powerful stuff. We also have throwback cards and iconic characters. Whizbang's creations are inspired by 10 years of Hearthstone history, his workshop full of familiar faces and new takes on mechanics from Hearthstone's past. Will your favorites make an appearance? Okay, we have some cool stuff here, like the 3-mana incredible value. Discover a 4-cost minion, set its attack and health to 7. 4-mana 7/7. Definitely reminds us of something from the past now, doesn't it? We also have a 6-mana 5/5 tradable wind-up musician. Battlecry, deal 1 damage to all enemies and trade to upgrade. I'm not sure how impactful this card is gonna be, honestly. Feels like a little bit too much work for what it does. But maybe there's gonna be some kind of way for this tradable effect to be a lot more consistent for it. And we also have 8-mana 7/7 Inventor Boom. Battlecry, resurrect 2 friendly mechs that cost 5 or more. They immediately attack random enemies. This includes face, and this is a warrior card, so I wonder how that's gonna pan out with Bran in the warrior pool. Definitely sounds like something that could cause some problems, but time will tell. We also have something really cool. Customize your own card with Zilliax 3000 Deluxe. Can't find the exact card that you're looking for? Build your own. Zilliax 3000 Deluxe is fully customizable. While building your deck, choose 2 Zilliax modules to combine their costs, stats, and effects into your perfect Zilliax. Then finish your Zilliax off with your choice of cosmetic finishes. How will you build your Zilliax? This is truly a very cool concept, honestly. It's kind of like ETC, but better. You basically have to make a unique Zilliax like that. Like, it literally has 256 different options, if I remember correctly. Yeah, you have all of these different options you can use, and they get combined, and that is gonna be your Zilliax for your deck. Like, that's super cool stuff. We have a 1-mana 1/1 module, which gives Death Rattle. Shuffle this into your deck. Not exactly super amazing, but it could be interesting for some type of archetype. We also have a 2-mana 4/4. At the end of your turn, deal 3 damage to your hero. Okay, so a little bit of self-damaging, maybe some Warlock vibes there. We also have 3-mana 2/2. Your other minions have +1/+1. Could slap this into some kind of tokeny deck, I guess. We also have 3-mana 1/3 Stealth, Elusive, Poisonous, Reborn. Everything but the kitchen sink kind of deal, but different. There's also a 4-mana free battle cry, summon a copy of this. Okay, that's kind of serious. And there's also a 4-mana 1/3, costs 1 less for each minion in play. That might be interesting for some pallies and whatnot with Showdown. The perfect module is obviously 5-mana 3/2, Divine Shield, Taunt, Lifesteal, Rush. So basically this is Zilliax straight up. And we also have a 2-mana 1/3, at the start of your turn, double this minion's attack. Okay, so there's some pretty cool concepts here. You can definitely do some pretty crazy stuff. And yeah, it's a very unique way to be building your deck now, like an extra layer. What's in your ETC, what's in your Zilliax kind of deal. I can see those questions already. But yeah, I really like this modular approach for a card. It's really a perfect inclusion, and Zilliax could not have been a better choice. Okay, we're also getting a free card, Califero the Artist login reward, available now. So yeah, basically right now the patch is also going live, by the way. So picture this, all you need to do is log in now and you'll get the legendary minion Califero the Artist. Califero is one of a few talented artist cards in Whizbang's workshop, all of whom have a special effect based on the card they draw. Califero has a special talent for capturing your draw cards likeness and conveying it to your minions in play. What will your masterpiece be? So yeah, this looks like a pretty janky thing, like 8 mana 6/5 elemental, draw a minion, transform all other friendly minions into copies of it. Personally, I really can't see how exactly we're gonna be using this card just yet, but surely there's gonna be something broken to do with this, like at least some janky meme deck or something like that. But yeah, there's definitely something to be considered here, like imagine transforming your minions into a bunch of Leroys. That will be fun now, wouldn't it? But yeah, right now I don't exactly have an idea of where this guy is going to be fitting it, but something will probably emerge. Okay, so limited 1 per account. After the patch goes live today, you will be getting this for free, and later on you could just get it from opening your first Whizbang Workshop pack if you miss the login time. Okay, pre-purchase Whizbang's Workshop and get an early access card. This feels like a pretty questionable thing, but yeah, Whizbang has one more special surprise for you. Every Whizbang's Workshop pre-purchase bundle comes with 2 copies of Corridor Sleeper, an early access epic from Whizbang's Workshop. Don't sleep on this deal. Get your pre-purchase bundle and start playing with this new expansion card right away. This is a 1 mana 3/5 beast that starts dormant and after 7 minions die, awakens. Doesn't have rush, doesn't have anything, but it's still a 1 mana 3/5, so it is kind of cool. And yeah, this kind of feels a little bit sketchy to me, like this is borderline pay to win kind of deal. Like if this card turns out to be a really good card, it's definitely gonna be an unfair paid advantage for the people who decide to buy the mini set. Definitely not on board of this approach. Kinda looks like a mistake. Kinda definitely feels like the wrong way to handle things for a 10-year anniversary nonetheless. Like everything up until this point was amazing, but this is definitely a strike in my book. I don't know. I just don't believe anything other than cosmetics should be accessible like that, even just for 1 month. Like this is just an unfair advantage if you ask me, but I don't know. You tell me what you think in the comments. Anyway, the Whizbang's Workshop Mega Bundle includes 80 Whizbang Workshop cards, 10 golden Whizbang Workshop cards, 1 random Whizbang Workshop Signature Legendary card, 1 random Whizbang Workshop Golden Legendary card. How many times I'm gonna say Whizbang Workshop in this sentence? And we also have Patches the Pirate Rogue Hero skin, which sounds awfully cool. Maybe we're gonna see Patches reappearing in some of the cards as well. There's also Patches the Pirate card back and 2 Corridor Sleeper early access epic cards. The 60 bundle contains basically the same, but a little bit less of it. You still get the 2 Corridor Sleepers at least, so you can get it from the cheaper stuff. You also get the card back, and you only get 60 packs from the new mini set, as well as 2 random Whizbang Workshop Legendary cards. There is no signature here, and there's no golden cards, so the value for 20 bucks extra is definitely quite up there. So if you're gonna be paying 60, might as well go the extra mile and really get the good stuff, if you ask me. And that's about it for the blog post here. I'm assuming when the expansion comes out, we're also gonna get the cool new Whizbang Workshop dedicated page, in which we're gonna see a bunch of the new cards as well. So let's go over those cards right now. There's 29 cards to go over from the info we got sent early, and we're starting off with Death Knight. We have a 1 mana single blood rune card, Lesser Spinal Spellstone. Give undead in your hand +1/+1, gain 5 corpses to upgrade. Okay, so this is basically the Spellstone for Death Knight now. We did see the core set includes a bunch of the Spellstones for the other classes. So now Death Knight is also going to be capable of self-buffing their hand. Leroy is not an undead, so thank God for that. But yeah, your undeads will be getting quite bigger. And yeah, you're basically gaining 5 corpses to make it into a +2/2. And you can also make it into a +3/3 after you've gained 10 corpses, apparently. We also have a 5 mana 2/6 Undead, which is a Blood Unholy card, so some rainbow action, I guess. This is Amateur Puppeteer, which has Miniaturize. Taunt, Death Rattle, give Undead in your hand +2/2. Oh, that's pretty cool. Like, I guess buffing Undeads in your hand is gonna be a thing for the new expansion, so this is gonna be one of the lines Death Knights can start building towards too. And yeah, this is basically 6 mana King's Blessing on your whole hand of undeads. Should be pretty interesting to see indeed. The mini version has its own cute art, so that's also kind of cool. This thing still has the same death rattle, again +2/2. So yeah, 6 mana +4/4 sounds pretty busted. Should be something to look out for. We also have the Chia Drake, which we saw from the blog post. So this one is going to be gaining spell damage +1 or draw a spell. And you get to do it with the mini as well. Here's what the splash art for the gain spell looks like, and here's what the draw spell looks like. I'm not sure why they have mana on him, like, that's kind of weird, but I guess it shows up on the choose one screen or something. Here's what some of the Zilliax action is going to be looking like. Very sick, very epic. A legendary, one might say, so would be pretty awesome if there's actually a diamond variant of this card, but I'm pretty sure there won't be because there's so many options of this card, so it's probably not going to be happening. Okay, we already saw all of the modules, so I guess it's less cards in here than I initially said. There's the wind-up musician we already talked about. Sounds a little bit sketchy to me, but it could be something. Califero is also in here. There's the Corridor Sleeper. We have a 4 mana neutral, a 4/3 undead, Death Rattle, resummon this with -1/-1. Oh my goodness, so this thing is gonna just keep on resummoning if you buff it? Like, we already saw that Death Knight is gonna be able to buff this immensely. Pallies are gonna be able to buff this immensely as well. Like, it's just gonna come out summoning over and over again. That might be a little bit busted, so we might have to keep an eye on this card. Wouldn't be surprised if it goes down to a 1/1 at some point. But sadly, it's only a common, so even if it gets nerfed, we're not gonna be in the money. Here's a Pally card, a 3 mana 3/2 Beast, Miniaturize, Rush, Lifesteal, Divine Shield, Tigress plushie. Pretty cute. And sitting at 3 mana, that's basically a Zilliax. What the hell? Aside from it not being able to magnetize onto, it's actually kind of busted. This should definitely be a very powerful card, so be on the lookout for that. Sadly, it's another common card, so Sag. And we also have the Tigress plushie, looking hella cute as well, with the same things. And I mean, it's gonna be pretty cool. Like, Crusader Aura is in for Pally, the Lifesteal Aura is out there, so this thing is gonna be able to heal quite tremendously well for the class. And you can buff it tremendously, like, should be a pretty powerful card indeed. Oh, we have Toy Captain Terim. 5 mana 3/7, Miniaturize, Taunt Battlecry, set a minion's attack and health to this minions. Okay, so you can use it for the opponent, you can use it for your own. I guess this one you'd probably use for your own minion unless you're in a real pickle and there's a 12/12 against you, but the mini is definitely probably gonna be for the opponent's stuff always, because why would you want to be doing that on your own things? Unless you actually have this buffed somehow. This should be another very powerful card. I mean, it's a legendary after all, so it's supposed to be. So, yeah, this is another pretty cool card. And we'll have to wait and see how Pally is going to start using it. There's the incredible value 7/7. Nothing more to say there. Pretty cool concept. 8 mana 7/7 with a lot of charge to the face, basically. Like, this is gonna be a problem, I fear. This is basically like a third serious game plan for Reno Warrior right now. Like, you already have the Odin and the Astalor double up Battlecry potential, and now this with a double Battlecry is gonna be hella serious stuff, especially if we have some sick mechs in the game, and we probably already do, but some of them are also gonna release, because that's the theme of this expansion, so this should be pretty powerful indeed. Speaking of mechs, here's one. 5 mana 5/5 mech with a Death Rattle, summon 2 1/1 bots, warning, bots may explode. Okay, so they're gonna be some of the Dr. Boom bots. We don't have the arts for them in this batch, so I'm assuming they're just gonna be straight up the Dr. Boom bots. This guy's called Fireworker, and yeah, I mean, just this card alone, it has Death Rattle on it, so it should be pretty serious with Dr. Boom. So there's definitely a lot of damage to be expected from the Dr. Boom combo. Okay, now let's get into the patch itself. Okay, patch 28.6, patch notes. This is going live today, should be live at the moment of this video, basically. Introduces Hearthstone's next expansion, Whizbang's Workshop. Brings quest backs to Battleground and kicks off 10 years anniversary celebration through the Tavern. Okay, we have the pre-purchase for the Whizbang expansion, and you get early access to epics. You can find your new favorite toy in Hearthstone's next expansion, Whizbang's Workshop, coming March 19th. Whizbang is opening up the doors to his world-famous workshop, the place where all of Azeroth's greatest toys are made. He's got wind-up toys, miniatures, and non-stop nostalgia. Find a new favorite toy or build your own. You can make all your wishes come true in Whizbang's Workshop. But wait, what's that? Whizbang has a special surprise. Each pre-purchase bundle comes with 2 copies of the early access card, Corridor Sleeper. You won't want to sleep on this deal. Again, pretty questionable choice, but it is what it is. We also get to see the login 13 cards for free, and this is actually not part of the core set, nor is it part from the new expansion. These are separate cards, something like a core set, but the dev team still aren't sure what exactly they're going to be doing with these cards. Like, are they going to remain? Are they going to rotate with the core set? Stuff like that. So yeah, log into Hearthstone now to start the 10-year anniversary celebration with 13 free cards. First, each of the 11 classes has brought a gift card that lets you discover an iconic spell from their class. We have Jaina's Gift that discovers a temporary Frostbolt, Arcane Intellect, or Fireball. We also have Rexar's Gift that discovers Quick Shot, Deadly Shot, or Explosive Shot. For Death Knight, he's going to be discovering Dark Transformation, Howling Blast, or Death Strike. With Pally, we have Discover Equality, Consecration, or Blessing of Kings. Shamans get Lightning Bolt, Hex, or Bloodlust. Warrior gets Execute, Shield Block, or Brawl. Demon Hunter is gonna get Fell Barrage, Chaos Strike, or Chaos Nova. Rogue has Backstab, Deadly Poison, or Fan of Knives. I'm not sure why Malfurion's gift is so huge here, but they get Feral Rage, Wild Growth, which is, from what I hear, only gonna cost 2 mana. Or Swipe, which is gonna be only costing 3 mana, so that's kinda cool. And we also have for Warlock, Discover Mortal Coil, Siphon Soul, or Twisting Nether, which got improved and now deletes locations as well, which is kind of sick. And Anduin's gift is gonna be Discover a Power Word Shield, Shadow Word Pain, or Mind Control, which, mind you, is gonna be 9 mana now. And by the way, these are all temporary in your hand, so the moment you play this to discover, you gotta play it this turn or you're gonna be losing it by the end of your turn. So plan ahead and figure out when you're actually gonna want to use these cards. Okay, that's not all. After 10 years of cheering you on, Hart himself is joining the fray. Play him and he replaces your hand with one of 13 random 8-card iconic Hearthstone hands. 1 hand for each class, with the exception of Death Knight, which has 1 for each rune. So this is basically gonna replace your hand with, like, let's say for Mage, something like a Frost Mage hand, like Frost Nova, Frostbolt. Maybe it's even gonna be cards from the past, like, that's gonna be pretty sick. Maybe you're gonna get a Pirate Warrior hand, I don't know. It's a pretty interesting concept again. Again, it has a 10-year anniversary badge slap to it, so it must be cool. And yeah, 6 mana, 5/5, replace your hand. Like, imagine if your hand is empty, replacing it with 8 fresh new cards might actually be quite busted. And who knows, maybe it is going to be part of some aggro decks that run out of steam, or it's going to be part of Highlander decks, because they can fit in right about anything. And last but not least, we also have Califro. We already been through that, so yeah, cool stuff. We also have the events. We already talked about that on the last video from yesterday. The Twist Season update is also from yesterday. And we also have a bunch of, and we actually also have a ton of info for Battlegrounds. They're going to be getting their quests back and whatnot, but I will not really go over these because this is not a Battlegrounds channel after all. But yeah, plenty of stuff to look at if you're into the Battlegrounds mode. And lastly, we have some bug fixes at the bottom. There is now going to be modular download projects for mobile devices, so you don't need to be downloading Battlegrounds if you're not playing that. So that's kind of cool, I guess. This school teacher bug I personally experienced, so I'm happy to see that Noglings are going to be able to play Heatwave and Misfire properly now. And yeah, there's a bunch of other bug fixes, so all around, quite the big patch. A lot to be expected. Alrighty guys, that's gonna be it for this video. Do let me know in the comments below what you think about this new expansion. And yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the content, and if you did, a like and subscribe would really help. I'm Kris05, and I'll see you in my next video or stream.